This is my audience for my informative speech. Okay. Is it good like this? When we as Americans visualize Africa, we get the visual that Africa is a poor, insect infected, disease stricken continent that is under dire need of help. But in reality, Africa is the second largest and most populous continent in the world. Africa is the largest continent by area, Nigeria by population. It counts for more than 15% of the world's population. It covers 6% of the Earth's total surface area, and that is a lot of land. Here's a picture of the satellite of Africa. Even if you can see, that's billion miles away, and you can see the continent of Africa very vividly. And that's on a satellite picture, so that's how big Africa is. So Africa is also, and like I say, it's surrounded by the Mediterranean Ocean, Sea, the Suez Canal, the Red Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean. That sounds like a gold mine with so much, space and water able to travel in and out. So that's like good trade, good for trade. Africa is also abundant in its natural resources, and I'm going to name a few that we use every day. They have so much petroleum, 90% of the world's cobalt, 90% of the world's platinum, 50% of the world's gold, chromium, tantalite, manganese, and uranium. What stuck out to me most is that it has 70% of coltan. Coltan is a mineral that's used to make tantalum capacitors, and that's what's used to make our electronic devices such as our tablets and cell phones, and that comes out of Africa. Africa also has over 30% of the most famous, what it's known for, mining. So that's actually the smallest, and everything else are the other natural resources, but we all know about mining in Africa. So those others was just to name a few to shed some light on it. And in the most recent years, China's People Republic of China is Africa's largest trading partner. Chinese companies invested $1 billion in trading with Africa. And so after that was done, President Obama announced in July 2013 a new program called Trade Africa, and that's where the United States invested $7 billion into trading with Africa and just the uprising. So I guess that's still going on to this day, and that they're trying to build Africa up. But that was a program that he announced in July 2013. There is an estimate that there's over 1,000 languages spoken in the United States and the continent of Africa. Let me show you. I have a visual map, and the map just shows that there are different keys, as you can see, that total population, all of that are the different languages and broken down into the areas of Africa of how many tribes and just different cultures speak those languages there. And so what we have next is the Nasusa shell. The Nasu shell. It is the Nasu shell was the region's most oldest known beads, and the Nasu snail is also called the mud snail. But the women of Africa used them as personal ornaments to make like jewelry and different beads over 72,000 years ago. Give me one second. Just click on it. And this is a picture of the Nasu snail, and it's also called the mud snail. So this is what the women use to make different beads and jewelry and ornaments. All right. So let's talk about some more culture. Also, the region, like I say, the Great Pyramid of Giza is located in Egypt, and it's the world's tallest structure until the Lincoln Cathedral was built around year 1300. And the Pyramid of Gaza is also known as the Pyramid of Khufu, and it's one of the oldest seven wonders of the world. And this is the Pyramid of Gaza. I know everyone's probably familiar with it. You've seen it maybe in history books. This is in Egypt, which is in Africa. Great find, one of the seven wonders of the world. And the difference that stuck out to me with Africa is that Africa is the only continent where the Homo sapiens were originated. So that's humans. Africans are the only 100% human being in the world. So I mean, other races, they're mixed with something. They're interchanged, but Africans are the only 100% human being in the world. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I also want to show you another great structure, which is the colossal statue of the Romanes II. It was built around 1400 BC. It's a great tourist attraction in Africa. Okay. All right. So music and dance. Africa is known for the beginning origins of samba, blues, jazz, hip hop, reggae, and even rock. And let me show you this. This is a cool picture. It's just a musician from Africa, and he's banging on his conga drum. So I mean, all types of music. Most of it that we listen to now was originated from Africa. A lot of things are. I also want to tell you about sports. Africa also has sports, and this is a picture of their rugby team, which is soccer. As you can see, that's just one of the pictures of the guys. And with that being said, soccer is very popular here in the United States and also in Africa too. They have 53 countries that have soccer teams. Egypt has won the African Cup 7 times, 3 times in a row to be exact. And in 2010, South Africa hosted the 2010 World Cup, which made them the first African country to do so. And just to throw in a little bit of the Africa's cuisine, they also have many spices, natural spices, and sweet fruits, and there's so many to choose from. One of the most popular dishes that's always talked about is fufu. Fufu is like a starch made type of bread, and it's usually served with a soup or meat. So, the next time that you think of Africa, don't just think on the negatives about it. Remember it as one of the greatest continents of all times. These are just a few pictures. Beautiful cities, also modern as well. All right, and that's my speech.